Did you know cryptocurrency market had a roller coaster ride in recent years? Prices were constantly moving up and down. Crypto investors lost millions overnight and just in a few months recovered their loss. Yet, people are still interested to invest in cryptocurrency. So the question is, should you invest in Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency? As investing can be risky, in this video I will explain important information that you need to know about cryptocurrency investing that will help you decide if you should invest in Bitcoins or other coins. But before digging in, like this video and subscribe to this channel, as I share value-based videos that will help you achieve financial freedom faster. To begin with, cryptocurrency has seen a meteoric rise in recent years, to the point that it has become de facto investment class. While Bitcoin was the first and still remains the most popular cryptocurrency, a great number of other cryptos have entered the market. The high gain of confident investors are part of this basis for the promotion covering the resource class. From March 2011 to March 2021, Bitcoin, for example, was the best performing resource with a shaky 230% annualized return. The best performing resource class was the Nasdaq 100 ETF, picture QQQ, with just a 20% annualized return during that time period. What, though, is in store for the rapidly expanding Bitcoin market? Here's a look at the most well-known cryptocurrency forecasts for 2022. One of the major negative arguments against cryptocurrency is that it is not recognized as a viable alternative for traditional monetary types. If this scenario plays out, several cryptographic money arrangements will very certainly become obsolete. Regardless, the polar opposite has been happening in 2021, and the pattern looks to be continuing into 2022. As a growing number of businesses begin to accept cryptocurrency like Bitcoin as legal tender, both the appropriateness and the value of cryptos are likely to rise. National banks will issue their cryptocurrency. China has been pushing countries to take on their own national bank-based computerized money, with an end goal to battle off dangers from existing cryptographic forms of money. Numerous different nations are additionally investigating making their computerized monetary standards. Governments can keep away from the unregulated, decentralized nature of existing digital money structures by overseeing and controlling their computerized economic means. As cryptocurrency turns out to be more standard, it's more embraced with greater routineness into the arrangement of both individual investors and organizations. Some monetary advisors currently suggest cryptocurrency designations of a couple of rate focuses. More organizations are allotting cash to cryptos and computerized resources. These sorts of portion shifts will often take on their energy, which means increasingly more money will probably be streaming into cryptocurrency in 2022. Bitcoin appreciates first mover status since it was dispatched in 2009. 6 years before what is presently the second biggest cryptocurrency, Ethereum, ETH 0.88%. With a market cap of more than $1 trillion, Bitcoin additionally sits high on the packed digital currency field and has gotten many adopters among individual and institutional investors. However, since it's kind of a scant asset, by and by almost 18.9 million coins have been mined out of a drawn-out limit of 21 million coins. Bitcoin could go higher, assuming interest increments. The following are 3 impetuses that could edge it to $100,000 1 year from now. Here are 3 points you should take note of. Number 1, Bitcoin is considered a store of significant worth on the off chance that expansion continues. Number 2, reception spreads among organizations, institutional investors, and sovereign countries. Number 3, expanded reception of the Bitcoin network as decentralized money (DeFi) arrangement after the Taproot update. A superior worth putting away choice to cash, with costs for fundamental labor and products taking off in 2021 because of the impacts of the pandemic. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, as often as possible, considered expansion a transient occasion. I as well have considered expansions being transitory, and maybe it could begin to ease in 2022. In any case, with supply chains compelled, that brief modifier has been resigned until further notice at the Federal Reserve as we enter the second year of an inflationary climate. As expansion dissolves the purchasing force of cash, one explanation numerous investors have started to acknowledge Bitcoin as a genuine resource class is its capability to stay aware of, or outperform, more exorbitant costs in the economy. That is the result of the cap on the number of coins that can at any point be mined versus government-issued types of money, like the US dollar, that have no restriction to what amount can be printed. Assuming expansion concerns continue in 2022, additional investors may search out Bitcoin as an option in contrast to their cash, which could assist with sending it toward that $100,000 objective line. More reception by huge investors. All signs highlight a developing rundown of substantial institutional investors engaging with the cryptographic money industry. For instance, Silvergate Capital SI 15.47% works a trade called SEN that works with computerized money installments day in and day out, a bonding capacity for digital currency investors and brokers since the market is consistently growing open. SEN had 1,305 institutional clients toward the finish of the second from last quarter, up from 1,224 3 months earlier and just 928 in the year prior period. Other than enormous investors, the Central American Republic of El Salvador, as of late, turned into the primary nation to acknowledge Bitcoin as lawful delegate. Different countries, particularly in Latin America, have likewise communicated interest in sticking to the same pattern one day. Furthermore, a modest bunch of enormous organizations has additionally supplanted a few or all of the cash on their financial record with Bitcoin. Matched with institutional financial backer help, these cryptocurrency adopters could likewise prod more modest retail investors. A lift sought after from all of above could push the worth of Bitcoin toward $100,000 in 2022. An update to Bitcoin's ordinary significance. In November 2021, the Bitcoin blockchain network went through its first significant update around 2017. Known as Taproot, the update is pointed toward making Bitcoin a more practical answer for ordinary DeFi administrators and applications, online-based advanced installments loaning, and so forth. This is a region Bitcoin has battled in, as elements of its blockchain have made it hard to use for an ordinary installments arrangement. Conversely, Ethereum was reason worked for DeFi and rules on this front. It required a long time for the last major Bitcoin update, known as SegWit, to be taken on by excavators and different holders of the cryptographic money. By and by, Taproot got overpowering help among its environment of clients and investors, and a regular update to the biological system could draw in designers who are constructing new monetary administrations and items utilizing cryptos. All the more day-by-day utilization of Bitcoin as a method for executing business would likewise be uplifting news for its worth in 2022. The big question is, would it be a good idea for you to put resources into Bitcoin for 2022? What I am not saying here is that you should climb into Bitcoin. Putting resources into digital forms of money of any sort, including the first and most significant token on the square, isn't ideal for everybody. Regardless of whether Bitcoin should show up at $100,000 in 2022, it will be a wild ride. If you put resources into this unstable space, keep those wagers at trim level of your absolute investable total assets. Furthermore, assuming you should choose to supplant any cash position in your investment portfolio with Bitcoin, don't go through the entirety of your dollars. Expansion consumes your purchasing control after some time. However, cash has its benefits. It doesn't vacillate in esteem as cryptographic forms of money do, and having some cash laying around manages the cost of chance to purchase on the unavoidable plunges in investment esteems. By and by, Bitcoin is getting interested from a wide range of enormous associations all over the planet, and a convention higher in 2022 is very conceivable. On the off chance that you're keen on putting resources in cryptocurrency, Bitcoin is an incredible spot to begin. Would it be a good idea for you to put $1,000 in Bitcoin at present? Before you think about Bitcoin, you'll need to hear this. Our honor-winning examiner group just uncovered what they accept are the 10 best stocks for investors to purchase at present. What's more, Bitcoin wasn't one of them. The contributing online assistance they've run for almost 20 years, Motley Fool Stock Advisor, has beaten the stock market by over 4 times. And at present, they think there are 10 stocks that better purchase. To conclude it all, even though digital forms of money have detonated the permeability and valuation, they're as yet far from being utilized as standard monetary forms or wellsprings of installment. Whether advanced economic conditions at last replace or possibly exist together with conventional paper financial standards, it's hard for investors to anticipate precisely which digital currencies will get by, not to mention which one will be the prevailing long-haul player in the business. It appears logical that digital currencies will keep making gains in use, permeability, and even valuation in 2022. While not each of the forecasts on this rundown will happen, almost certainly somewhere around a couple of them will. Assuming you need to partake in this developing business sector, talk with your monetary advisor to decide whether cryptocurrency should take part in your investment portfolio. My suggestion would be follow the dollar cost average method and invest only what you can afford to lose. Well, that sums up the whole thing. If you want to know more about cryptocurrency investing, read this book. Don't forget to hit that like button and make sure to share your thoughts down below. Stay tuned for more amazing videos. Thanks for watching. Peace out.